this look, oh my gosh, I just did this look. It looks so freaking amazing, y'all. Like, do you see this? Do you see this look? Come on, angles, face, baby, grace, what's tea? Oh, okay.
Junior want to not be on my I can't really see what did I miss Ex-strippers
So I went ahead and I did my brows. Before I got on camera, I like to actually use the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Espresso, or I go into Morphe's Brow Tease. This is their fiber infused voluminous mousse. So that's what I like to use for the eyes. Sometimes I use concealer, sometimes I don't, and when I don't, I only go in with this. I find it to be more lightweight, really packs a punch when blending out eyeshadows, applying eyeshadows. You get the full color spectrum, the pigment payoff, and the blending is phenomenal. So I go in with MAC Cosmetics Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Contemplative State, and here's what it looks like. To go in with this on the eye, just tapping it in all over the eyelid. Don't be scared. You do not have to use a lot when it comes to this product, as you can see. Now that we have our eyeshadow base on, we're going to actually take it a step further, and we're going to go in with the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop eyeshadow collection. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go in with this shade right here as my transition shade, and then we're going to add it up with this one right here, and then we're going to use this one right here. So those three shades is going to create our nice, warm, smoky eye, soft glam eye look, okay? So let's get into it. So now we're just going to go right in with that transition shade, and the brush we're going to be using is a Morphe X Ariel A11 brush, and we're just going to blend that starting at the root of our brow here. And we're just going to blend this all over above our crease, just back and forth in circular motions. You don't want to apply that much pressure. You want to actually lightly glide this over your eye in a circular motion, because we're going to build our transition shade up throughout creating this eye look. Another Morphe X Ariel brush and a 20. Here's what it looks like. It's pretty much a nice, fluffy, blendable eyeshadow brush. We're gonna take that other shade, and we're just gonna lightly stroke this into our crease to add some warmth, because we are going to go in and take that darker shade of brown, and we're going to pat that using the same brush all over our eyelid underneath our crease. Just like that. Just going to do back and forth swiping motions. This, you can apply a little bit of pressure. Next, we're going to take that eyeshadow brush, the same eyeshadow brush we used to press that other chocolate shade into our crease. We're going to go into that darkest chocolate shade. Just want to compact this on where we didn't apply any eyeshadow. And don't worry, we are going to blend this out. So just pat this in all over your eyelid. So something just like that. Okay, so now with skin prep, I personally have oily skin, very large pores, and I like to look very airbrushed, very matte, very full coverage, but very flawless at the same time. I like to go in with a mattifying moisturizer. This one by Roche is one of the best moisturizers I have used to hydrate my skin while also keeping my pores in control and blurred, my oils in control, and leave my skin hydrated. With this, I like to honestly apply this in my T-zone areas, like my forehead. Of course, definitely by my nose. Miss Shine a lot. And under my chin. So this is really good for oily skin. Do matte primer. So I go in with the Estee Lauder Devil Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. This one right here. Then I go in on top of that with the OneSize Secure the Blur Primer right here. Y'all, when I tell y'all this combo will have your makeup lasting all night. No cracks, stay matte. Put this in my T-zone area. So of course, I like to apply this to my forehead like this. Right here, by the nose, clock that, and my chin. While you're going in circular motions, you want to press this into your skin. And once it starts to dry, you would see that it will begin to be matte. Then, y'all, I go in right where I applied the Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. I go in with the OneSize Secure the Blur. And I apply that same step. So now what I'm doing is I'm just tapping this product over top of this into my skin, underneath my eyes as well. Next, what I like to do is go in with the MAC Studio Fix Matte Primer. This is a 12-hour shine control primer. You don't need a lot of this because it's a product that actually works. Now we're gonna move on to base. And when I say base, I mean that foundation. I'm just like spilling the beans, y'all. I'm giving y'all the full in-depth of what the I be doing, okay? I also use 2 foundations. I don't use a lot of foundation because I feel like the less you use, you can be able to use more of other things. I use the Estee Lauder Devil Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation, and I also use the Nars Soft Matte. When I tell you this is an OG and this is an OG, these 2 right here, y'all, I lie to you not. Every time I wear this whole like combination, like tricks and tip thing that I'm showing y'all here, I get the most compliments. When I use both of these primers with both of these foundations, I get the best results and the best compliments every time I wear these. To both sides of my face. Then next, we're gonna go in with the Soft Matte Foundation, and we're gonna just do small dots right where our pore was. That's about all the foundation that I use. I like to go in with the Morphe brush. This is the A24 brush, Morphe X Ariel. When I tell you this is so amazing to blend your foundation out with. Then I'm gonna go in with Morphe Continuous Spray Up. As I'm blending this out, I want this makeup to set evenly. Now I'm just gonna stipple all of this foundation in. Get that net, girls. Just like that. Now we're gonna go into our blush. You can really use any blush. I like to use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. I actually love for deeper and browner skin tones. A few dots here. Here, I do 2 dots on each side. I'm gonna take this angle brush. Then we're just going to blend this out. Now this brush is the Zova brush. This is the 128 Cream Cheek brush. I just want to take this and blend this out. I like to blend this underneath my eye as well. So that way when I lay down my concealer and I blend that out, it can be a nice transition for my blush. And I take this all the way up to my temples as well. I find it when I take it all the way up to the temple, it actually snatches the face. But as you can see, the blush looks just as soft as my foundation. But I use 3 concealers. But today I'm just gonna be using 2. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Cinnamon. So I like to take this right here. Right here. Just like that. Because this is what we're gonna blend out first before we blend anything else out. And I like to go in with a brush. Usually I used to use a sponge, but you guys, I really don't be using sponges no more like that. I don't be using sponges no more. The same thing, I'm going stippling in circular motions. And then when I get right here to this end, I just like to tap this out. So let me show you here. Right? Tapping up the ends. And then you wanted to just drag this and tap this out like that. Babe, just take your foundation brush, stipple that in, and the line is gone. Just let me know in the comments. Are you enjoying yourself so far? And also, I know I didn't give y'all a brow tutorial with this. And I know a lot of you are probably like, damn, them brows are snatched. But couture, like, are we gonna get a brow tutorial? If y'all want a brow tutorial, comment, we want brows in the comments. Okay, so now what I like to do is use a concealer that a lot of y'all are gonna be like, how the are we able to use that concealer? This is the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics Concealer. It is discontinued. I would advise you to use the 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish by e.l.f. and this is in the shade Medium Neutral. And brighten this up. Let me blend this out now. Tapping this out. You're not dragging it all the way down, dragging it all the way out. You just want to really base it at least underneath the pupil and pretty much on the inner corner of the eye. So now we're going to take the concealer we used first and we're just going to add a straight line of concealer all the way up. Add it here on our chin. A little bit here. We're going to do our forehead. Now this concealer, you can take your time, but don't take too much time. And as you can see, I blended out the under eye. It doesn't look bad, right? Told you so. Stop being scary. I got you, mamacita. Then what I like to do for bronzer, I don't contour anymore, y'all. We are going to only bronze, okay? I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be using a foundation as my bronzer, okay? And I'm gonna be using the MAC Full Coverage Foundation in NW50. And I'm just going to stipple this on. You want to get that, I don't know if you can see, you want to get an even line like that. You want to go in circular motions. You don't want to bring it all the way down here because then it's going to be contour all the way down and it's going to drag your face down. We want to have a lifted face. So we're just going to tap this in. As you can see, you see that contour, baby. I know most of you women don't have hairlines like men. So you just want to bronze that area and you want to go over it pretty much like a rainbow in a way, in a sense, right? just want to bronze that as well. And with our nose, we're not going to use cream. We're only going to use powder with our nose. So now that that is done, we're actually going to do our under eyes. Make sure you have a powder puff like this. We're going to be using the legendary, the iconic, the girl in the pic, Laura Mercier. Y'all already know. Here's another trick. I'm really showing y'all like all of my tricks. Like I'm letting it all out there, honey. Okay? We're gonna tap to make sure we have no lines. Because if you put powder there while you have lines, that's how your makeup will set. Now what we wanna do before we do our setting powder, like I said, don't tell nobody my secrets. We're going to go in with Maybelline Fit Me, and this is in the shade 130. I'm gonna take our powder puff. Swirl that in so you can build up some powder on your powder puff. We're going to tap this on the back of our hand like this. I'm going to tap that right where we applied that lighter shade of concealer. So it should look something just like this. Just like that. Then now we're going to go in with our Laura Mercier powder. Just like this. Make sure you always want to tap on the back of your hand, so that way the powder is dispersed through the puff and not just you just getting one powerful punch of just setting powder. Now we're going to use the setting powder to blend out the rest and set the rest of the face. Now is the best part. We get to bring color back into our face. So here's my trick when I do this. I powder the whole face, right? Powder blush. Then I do a powder contour, my nose contour, and then I dust off the excess powder with my powder foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with this bronzer by MAC. You can use the bronzer by Juvia's Place. I really love this bronzer by Juvia's Place, honestly. I like to go in with this one. This is Tan by Juvia's Place. This is the bronzer. And then this bronzer here is by MAC. This is Deep Rosy. I like to go in with an angle brush. Tap off the excess. We're gonna go in with Deep Rosy. And when you do this, you want to tap and lift. So as I'm doing that, I'm building up the pigment. Also, I'm having control of where the powder is going. Like I said, you do not want to drag this all the way down your face. And if you want to, you can take some here on the jawline as well. Now it's time to go into the blush, baby. This is my favorite part. Let me put y'all on. Now, most people are scared of bright colors. Baby, me, I like to test and, you know, daredevil, let's do it. This right here is Exhibit A by Nars. This bright red shade right here. I'm gonna be using the Morphe A22 brush. While the powder is still on, smile just a bit, or as Tyra would say, smize. And just lightly tap. And then like right here where there is like a little fine line, I like to flatten the brush just like this. Now what I like to do is I like to go back in with the Laura Mercier setting powder translucent. Tap off, and I like to reverse contour, y'all. That's why I said we're not gonna contour, we're only gonna bronze. And I like to take this all the way to my cheek and then flatten this all out, just like this. Right? So now that we have that done, we're gonna go and do our nose contour. And the crazy thing is, I like to go in with the same brush we use for our transition shade, which is the Morphe A11 brush. So fluffy, so cute. And we're actually going to go into the Juvia's Place palette with that bronzer shade there. And we're just going to go from our brows straight down the bridge of our nose. Then we're gonna take this and we're gonna pat halfway down our nose because we're gonna cut it to make our nose look thinner. I honestly don't like to use my pressed foundation. I honestly like to go in with a mineralized skin finishing powder. We have one here from MAC and then we have one here from Sephora that we're gonna be using full face underneath the eyes. So I like to take this brush right here, this brush right here. This is the A21 brush by Morphe, of course. And we're just going to tap into this, really coat our brush. We're not gonna dust anything off. And you just wanna go back and forth like this. Now we're gonna do under our eyes, and the brush I'm using for that is the A3.2 brush by Morphe as well. And we're gonna take that powder from Sephora, tap into it just like that. Now this you can tap off. And what you wanna do is you wanna gently just swipe this powder away, just like that. Then you want to go back in the powder, tap off, and then you want to just press into the skin like this. But we're gonna go in with this, and we're just gonna spray this all over the face to melt the powders in. Now I'm gonna go in with Urban Decay All Nighter, the hyaluronic acid watermelon scented kind. And I'm going to, if y'all follow these steps, step by step, your makeup is gonna come out flawless, one. Secondly, your makeup is gonna last all night, two. And third, you're going to be getting compliments out the you hear me? So, follow these steps. We're going to apply some mascara to our top lash. And we also are going to do the bottom lash, but we're not done with the eye yet, so that can wait. This right here is the MAC Stack Mascara. Then next we're going to apply our eyeliner. You can apply any black eyeliner. This is the one that I really love. This one is from MAC. This is the Graph Black liner. And I like to use this one because it's more of like a gel consistency. So I just apply this in my waterline. Next, we're gonna go in with this eyeshadow palette again, and we're gonna take this shade right here. And we're gonna be using the Morphe A18 brush. Gonna tap that in, right? And we're just going to go underneath our lashes, and we're just going to tight line to smoke out that bottom lash line. Next, we're gonna add our bottom mascara. And we're gonna be using the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. Now this one, look at this. So fine, so small, so tiny. It gets every single little tiny lash that you possibly have, right? I want to give a special shout out to IMV. IMV hooked me up with so many pairs of individual lashes. You guys, these are really easy clusters to apply. Look at this, focus. These are really easy eyelash clusters to apply. These are personally styled. They have light, they have neutral, and they have deep, different styles of eyelashes. We're not playing. Thank you so much, IMV. I really appreciate this. And I will be posting a video on how to properly put these lashes on and how easy they are to put them on and how easy it is to manage and easy to take off. So stay tuned for that video. If you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure you go and you subscribe to this channel now. Also, turn on that post notification bell so whenever I post, okay? Because I'm gonna try to get into my consistent bag. You be the first one to get it. And also follow me on all of my channels. I'm going to show you how I do my lips. And this is a new lip combo for all the brown skin girlies. And if you are a fair skin girly, you probably can use this too, but you really gotta blend. I mean, just saying. I go in with 2 lip liners. So I go in using cork and then I give it more dimension by using chestnut. This is Maximil lipstick in the shade 605 Honey Love. This is the matte one. Y'all, it is so beautiful. Like, apply this directly in the center, just like that. Shade 2. This is the MAC lip glass in the shade See-Through. So we're gonna apply that in the center. Now that my lashes are on, I'm gonna show you how I finish off my base. I go in with 4 setting sprays. I go in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, the Urban Decay Hyaluronic Acid Watermelon Fruit Extract Spray, All-Nighter Spray. Then I go in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Pure Setting Spray 16-hour Invisible Hydration Setting Spray. And then last but not least, baby, to seal the deal, I go in with the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 3-second Setting Mist. I would like to say thank you all so much for staying tuned for my first video, my first beauty tutorial, y'all. It's more to come, but y'all gotta remain active, okay? Y'all gotta make sure y'all are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you hit that post notification bell so when I'm posting, you get the notification, okay? And also make sure you're following me on social media, TikTok, Couture Ali, and also Instagram, Anyway Couture and Couture Ali, because I'm gonna be more active and back in my, my beauty bag. So, therefore, thank y'all so much for, staying here with me and watching me do this tutorial. It's so much fun teaching y'all how to do this tutorial. So now you know how to do soft glam, right? You that girl, we knew it. Yeah. Anyway, thank y'all so much. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, I'm gonna call you back, okay?